Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ilmarich. I am from MS Chemistry Department and I am from Batch 4 UMT Sialkot campus. And today the topic of my presentation is the agricultural waste. In today's in today's assignment, we will discuss about the agricultural waste, like what is the agricultural waste, what are the sources of the agricultural waste, and how we can reduce it, or how we can use the alternatives of this one in order to improve the quality of our environment to protect it from the waste products. So, agricultural waste refers to the various waste products, materials generated during agricultural operations, like we can include farming, cultivation, and processing. These waste materials can be generated at different stages of the agricultural production, from the cultivation to processing and distribution. And agricultural waste can be categorized into different types depending upon their sources, depending upon their characteristics, like from which sources the agricultural waste is producing and what are their sources. On the basis of that, we can classify them. So one of the first and foremost source of the agricultural waste is going to be the crop residues. These crop residues include the remaining parts of crops, such as leaves, stems, husks, and other plant material left after harvest. So all that contents, all those parts will be included as crop residue. Examples include corn cobs, wheat straws, and rice husks. In the same way, if we discuss about the next waste, which is in our environment, that is the animal waste. It includes like the waste material generated from animal farming, such as manure, bedding materials, and carcasses. It also includes the waste from animal processing facilities. So all these waste will also be considered as agricultural waste, as they are also including the plant stuff and but produced by the animals. Source are going to be the animals, due to which such type of waste will be considered as animal waste but fall into the category of the agricultural waste. Well, and the third waste type which we are going to discuss, that is the food processing waste. Food processing waste includes a waste material generated during the processing of agricultural products, such as fruit, vegetables, peels, pulp, and other processing byproducts. In the same way, the next is going to be agrochemical waste. This category includes waste from the use of agricultural chemicals, such as when we are going to use the pesticides, we use herbicides and fertilizers in order to kill the unuseful plants, the insects which gonna attack on the plants, and we add fertilizers to improve the quality of plants and their growth. But sometimes they are also going to harm the soil and also contaminate the water and also produces the waste, so which can contaminate the environment if not managed properly at the end. In the same way, the next is going to be the agricultural plastics. These are non-biodegradable material used in farming operations, including mulch films, irrigation pipes. Greenhouse agricultural waste include recycling, composting, and conversion to bioenergy through a process like anaerobic digestion and biomass conversions. So this one is the most which I think so, like this type of the waste will be considered as most worst form, because as we just discussed, these are non biodegradable. So this is the waste which is not having any alternative. Like if we discuss the animal waste or plant waste and manure, then you can use it at some other field of the life, and they are biodegradable as well. But this type of waste which is non biodegradable, this one is going to be really harmful for the life, and also count a lot of pollution to our environment. The next type of waste which we are going to discuss, that is animal manure. This is what, like when the animals are going to eat and they produce feces, and all that feces will fall into the category of animal manure. And these are the waste from the livestock, such as cattle, poultry, and pigs, dung, and urine. So all these are going to have some ions, some minerals in it, because they are produced from the animals. So this type of waste is also an agricultural waste, but it is also going to be useful, because if we are going to provide this manure to the plants again and the place of fertilizers, it can improve the quality of the plants as well. The next type of waste is food processing residues. waste generated during the processing of agricultural products such as fruit peels, vegetable trimmings, and seeds. Like food processing residues, like if we are going to produce the sugar cane juice or other juices, then what happen? Like we just subtract the juice from them, but the pulp material we are going to fall. So this type of waste will also be counted as agricultural waste, but this is also biodegradable and it can also be used in further processing. So this is also going to be biodegradable as well. So this is also not going to be very harmful, but will also considered as an agricultural waste in our environment, whose rotting in our environment, if not used properly at the end or not managed properly at the end, after rotting, the certain bacteria are going to produce in it, which really cause very bad smell, which really irritating as well. So this is also a type of waste which will fall into the category of the agricultural waste as well. Then the next type of waste which we are going to discuss, that is the wood and forest residues, like sawdust, wood chips, bark. All these are also the type of residues or wastes which fall into the category of agriculture, because they are also biodegradable as well, and can be repleted from our environment with the passage of time. The next type of waste which is going to be, that is aquaculture waste. Like the word is suggesting, aquaculture means the waste which is in the water, like the residues from the fish farming, including fish waste and uneaten feed, they all will fall into the category of aquaculture waste. Then the next is agricultural processing waste. Waste from the processing of agricultural products, including sugarcane, biogas, cotton, grain waste, and rice bran, etc. They will considered as the agricultural processing waste. The next type of waste, that is the waste water from the agriculture, the water which is used for the irrigation, the water which is absorbed by the plants, by the soil, that's okay, but the rest of the water becomes dirty. So that will be also a type of agricultural waste, and that is the wastewater. So we can say water contaminated with agricultural chemicals, the pesticides and the fertilizers which we are going to use in the soil, where we're gonna implant some plants. After irrigation, the water is going to be dirty, which will be the wastewater from the agricultural. After that, the next is going to be the green manure. Plants are plant materials incorporated into the soil to improve the fertility and the structure. They will be green manure. In the same way, the next is going to be the biodegradable plastic waste. A lot of types which we discuss right now, they are going to be biodegradable. Out of them, one was also non-biodegradable, which was the agricultural plastic, but right now they're going to talk about some plastic which is biodegradable. No doubt it is also going to be waste, but that's biodegradable. And anything which is going to be biodegradable, so at some time of life or at some time of period, we can get rid of it, but one which is going to be non-biodegradable, we can never get rid of that. So the agricultural films, molds, and other materials made from the biodegradable plastics